Thank you for joining us. Let's begin by telling you that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has warned that there will be no extension of the stipulated date for political parties in Ondo State to submit the list of their governorship candidates with their deputies for the upcoming election in the state. Chairman of the commission made this known during its second regular quarterly consultative meeting with political parties for the year 2024. Workers affiliated with the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have staged nationwide protests shutting down offices of electricity distribution companies on Monday morning in a move that could disrupt power supply across the country. The protest erupted in response to the recent hike in electricity tariffs for Band A customers implemented by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Union members were seen congregating outside DisCos offices in various parts of the country, effectively preventing employees from entering. This action follows a 7-day ultimatum issued by the NLC and TUC demanding a reversal of the tariff increase. The federal government, however, has maintained that reversing the hike would negatively impact the power sector, urging Nigerians to endure the temporary hardship. To discuss this, I'm joined by National Coordinator, Activists for Good Governance, Declan Ihekaire. Declan, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Let's just begin. Beyond the recent electricity tariff hike, are there any underlying factors contributing to public discontent that could have fueled these protests?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate that we keep on finding ourselves in the situation we are today. Where we are because we have leadership in the helm of affairs of this country that are not sensitive to the plight of the ordinary man on the street. What are the hope of ordinary man on the street? Security, provision of amenities, inclusive road networks, inclusive electricity. And but what do we find in Nigeria? We find a situation where these things are becoming luxury to the ordinary person on the street, and these are necessities that the government ought to provide. So going by what is going on now, I think I give kudos to NLC and TUC that they should go ahead and do the needful. Beyond the jamborees we're seeing today on the streets, they should go beyond that and actually go into details and make sure that the government listens. If the military could listen to the Nigerian people through NLC, through the civil society, through TUC, then I wonder why the current government, that is a democratic elected government, will not listen to the people through the voices of NLC and TUC.
Well, I mean, the unions are doing what they think they can do in the circumstances. So do I infer that you're not quite impressed with what they have done so far? They could do more. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, what I'm saying is this. They have started well, but beyond the street show, there are other ways they could use in paralyzing the activities of these organizations. They could actually station comrades at those barricades, at those entrances, to be there.
But this is electricity we're talking about. It will impact the economy and
if there's no pain, there's no gain.
Are there concessions that can be given?
Let me tell you, even without the protest, do Nigerians have light? Even without the disruption of today, do Nigerians have light? The issue is no. But we must pay for something to get something. So if this protest will lead to Nigerians getting services at a very good price, what we're saying is that Nigerians are not getting the stuff, and you want them to pay more.
The presidency is insisting that the Nigerians have to bear the temporary pains for the economic reforms for us to enjoy in the long term. So my question would be, is it possible for us to have some concessions that wouldn't rather completely jeopardize the economic reform efforts of this
Unfortunately, Mr. President ought to be our servant, not our master, because we voted him in. Don't forget, during the electioneering campaign, what they do is begging. They are begging people to vote for them. And now you are there. You must listen to us. Failure to listen to us makes him become somebody who is a dictator. And we don't want our democracy to get to that level. he should listen to the plight of Nigerians. We are paying taxes on almost everything we're getting in this country. The fuel subsidy has been taken off, and Nigerians are suffering it. Electricity, you are also adding pain to Nigerians again. Of recent, you are bringing in 0.5% to money belonging to me that is in the bank, that bank should be deducting. And like I posted very soon, I said, if care is not taken, Nigeria will get to a situation that even before you sleep with your wife, you'll be made to pay taxes.
I think
and we must resist that. We must resist it. We must resist it.
We should also be clear that there's been a temporary halt to the 0.5% levy.
Yes, because Nigerians shouted.
Yeah, so
what I understand it's been shifted to September. We're also waiting when that thing will come forth again. They will shut it up again.
Well, let's see what happens then. But I want to ask you, there are other issues aside the electricity tariff situation. The unions have been talking about salary review for Nigerian workers. How do you think that ties in? And if that better consideration can be given, how it would impact these current protests, especially with the electricity tariff? Is there a possibility that if, for instance, in an ideal situation, the president okays a reasonable increase in salary, would Nigerians be more malleable to such tariff if it is to better them?
See, of all struggles, any struggle by NLC and TUC that doesn't go around every citizen, to me, is a one-sided struggle. If they are fighting on salary increments, not every Nigerian is employed. So most Nigerians are self-employed. And once you are self-employed, you benefit from electricity. So that's why I'm saying that this struggle now is a popular struggle that must be won. But beyond the NLC and TUC, every Nigerian should support this struggle. There's no light, you're increasing tariff. If there's light and other things are better off, we won't talk, we won't say anything. But you see, most of these people who are acting this script now, increasing this, increasing that, they can afford to pay. They can afford to buy a liter of fuel for 10,000 naira. They can afford to pay as much as is necessary to get electricity in their houses. And moreover, most of them are on solar. They're on solar system that Nigerians cannot even afford to have solar in their houses. Well, the only benefit they have is that electricity, and you want to hike the price. We will not accept this.
Let's hope that the efforts of the unions will yield positive.
It will definitely yield. It will definitely yield.
Very much, Declan, for speaking with us.
Thank you.